Hi, my name is Melissa Chinukang. Today I'm presenting my thesis project, Sun Chaser. Sun Chaser is an Internet of Things application that gathers your sunlight exposure data from a wearable and translates that into a wall-mounted lamp. The project Sun Chaser started from my own personal story. I was born and raised in sunny, warm island, Jeju, South Korea. Jeju Island is the largest island in the South Korean peninsula, and I was very lucky to grow up in the island's warm climate. Its average annual temperature is 60 Fahrenheit degrees, and it is sunny most of the time, except during the typhoon season or wintry days. And almost 3 years ago, I moved to Somerville, Massachusetts. It's an adorable town to live in, but due to its location and weather, it isn't one of the most sunniest places, especially during the fall and winter. And after I moved to New York, I realized it was not that much different from Boston. Shadows cast by high-rise buildings and the busy, sedentary lifestyle eventually gave me vitamin D deficiency. As a girl who came from warm and sunny islands, I had a hard time adjusting to long winter in Massachusetts and New York in the very first few months. And according to Harvard Women's Health Watch, it is common that people living in northern latitudes do not get enough sunlight and vitamin D during the cold season. Modern sedentary lifestyle and cold weather and low motivation can contribute to the lack of sunlight exposure. Most of all, many people are not aware of the amount of sun exposure their bodies need, so they tend to be underexposed during the cold season, which affects their overall health. Not getting enough sunlight can cause vitamin D deficiency, and it may lead to seasonal affective disorder, weak immune system, and cognitive impairment. It's often recommended to take supplements or take artificial sunlight for better health, but the best and cheaper remedy is going outside and exposed to sun a couple times a week. So from my personal experience and the research, I'm convinced that sunlight is essential for overall health, and I wanted people to be aware of the benefits better. So here's what I came up with. I will create a wall-mounted lamp that indicates the user's daily sunlight exposure. The lamp visualizes data using light to act as a reminder of the importance of sun exposure. The wearable device will track the user's sunlight exposure throughout the day, and this device sends data to phone that communicates with the lamp. So you can stroll down the street, go grocery shopping, or get to your favorite coffee shop on foot instead of by subway or driving a car. And when user comes home, the lamp will visualize your sun exposure. And if the user gets exposed to recommended amount of daily sunlight, all 10 sides of the lamp will light up. If not, only a few or none, depending on the level of exposure, will be turned on. Each side of the lamp represents 10% of full sunlight exposure required for the day. If the user gets less than 50% exposure like this, the lamp will be flickering to make them aware of the current level. If it's more than 50%, it will illuminate with a solid light. To get the full brightness of the lamp, the user needs to achieve the required level for the day. So it's difficult to quantify how much the sun is beneficial for every individual, since skin pigmentation affects how much radiation your skin absorbs. For example, if the day isn't bright enough and UV index is 3 to 5, the user who has medium skin tone needs to get 20 minutes sunlight. So based on this information, I set my personal goal at 10 minutes of exposure to the sun. At the beginning of the semester, I tried to create an app that tracks the sunlight exposure, but I realized app notifications easily disturb me, so I eventually turned it off. So I wanted to veer off from the notification and rather build a daily object that is easily noticeable when I'm home. For the wearable parts, I used RF and UV sensor to detect sunlight and measure the time spent in the sun. Starting from making a wearable similar to lamp shape, 10-sided polygons, I've created in different forms and with various materials. The wearable has a clip on the back side, which can be used to attach clothes or necklaces. For the past 3 months, I've explored many ways to make the device as small as possible. First, I start with a big breadboard and try to make it smaller and thinner by using the circuit board. And for the material, I tried oak, brass, plastic, acrylic, and nickel silver. And turns out acrylic and oak were best built for the output. This sun exposure indicator, 17 by 17 inch, 10-sided polygon lamp is made of LED strip, Arduino, oak, and acrylic. Originally, I planned to use a different set of colors for the lights, but I decided that warm white LED light would be the perfect fit for the natural light effects. I've explored the different shapes and materials to mimic the real sunlight. I tried covering the lamp with wood veneer, but it turned out that it was too thick for the LED strip to shine through, so I turned to acrylic. And it's been a long journey until I found the most appealing output for the color for the lamp. So it's easy to take what we already have for granted because it's so accessible that we easily forgot we have. Sunlight has been available for my entire life, and I would not consider it a crucial element of my life. It's subtle and hard to observe how sunlight affects your health, but regardless, it has been and is and will be doing us tremendous good. Gray and wintry days are finally gone for the year, and now it's the warm season again. Today is bright and sunny outside, so if you have 10 minutes, how about taking a break from your busy life and soaking up the sun as freely as you like? It certainly is good for you. Thank you. Thank you.